Welcome back, welcome back. In the studio with us now is Leo Chilson. He's a local author, and his first book was called, where's it at? Blood on the Battlefield, and we featured this book a few months ago. And Leo has he has nonstop writing since then, and he's come out with a new book called Blood on the Plains.
Right.
And this is this another Civil War
No,
era, or
this is a sequel, and this is one of the characters from the first book.
Okay.
Okay.
Is goes west, and it takes part. This is actually first of a two-parter. It's the Indian Wars on the
So it's
plains.
more of a Western?
It's the Indian
theme?
Wars on the plains.
Oh, okay.
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 Now this one takes place from 1866 to 1873. And it covers 6 events with the whites and the Indians during that time. And the one I'm working on now, which will be ready by probably July 15th, Blood in the Hills, will go from 1874 to 1877. And right
So it's
now,
kind of a chronological.
yeah, and right now I'm in the middle of the Battle of the Little Bighorn.
Okay.
Wow.
And that's the big climactic part.
Do you use authentic history to base base your stories upon?
Yeah,
or?
everything. This is research of. Now the thing on this and here, most people you know about the white part. What are the white part of? Well, this one here goes and tells both sides. So say you're the Indian and you're the white. So I tell your part in a battle. Well, then the next chapter, we see the same thing all over again, but it's
From
from
a
your
different
side.
perspective,
Oh, okay.
right?
And then the kicker, let's see if I got it right here for you, is at the end of the story, you can see the main Indian
Oh, wow.
that you were,
Okay. You got the characters you're talking about.
that's one of them in that chapter, that would be
Okay.
the main Indian that, so that way you can read, and then at the end of the chapter, you can see who is being talked about.
That's
Very
pretty cool.
cool.
That's a good
That's
idea.
Now, most, because I've never read a book that did that. It really covered both sides. If they did have a battle, they would just be a little bit on the Indian
Right.
side or whatever. But this one here, it's in depth. This is the research. Now, the one I'm writing now, Blood in the Hills, which is the Little Bighorn, it's actual Indians that fought in the battle, and they're relating what happened. And so I tie in everybody together. I had to line up, create 4 characters because it's Little Bighorn. There's 4 different sections of the fight going on. So I had to pop a person in each one so that when they get overrun, you'll be able to see from the white side whatever. This one, now Blood on the Battlefield was the Civil War novel. And I rewrote this. This is actually 50 pages longer than it was when I was
okay.
here last time.
Oh, wow.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's also, this is in large print now.
Oh,
Nice.
And then this is the same thing in large print on both books.
oh, nice.
Great
So-
idea.
Very good.
But
Now, you were telling us before we went on the air that you were contacted by Leo Rawlings' publisher from England.
their agent.
Oh,
Yeah, the
sorry.
agent.
Yeah.
The agent that represents us, they sent me an email this week. They want the first 3 chapters of Blood on the Battlefield, and then I'm sending them the first chapter on Blood on the Plains and Blood in the Hills so they can see the writing style. And then I got to write one heck of a cover letter and synopsis letter to get them wanting to read the rest of it.
Right.
And so all I can do is just do the best writing of my life when it comes to that.
There you go.
So now
Challenge before you.
right. Now Blood in the Battlefield, it's tense because of the war and everything going on. It's tense. Now the Blood on the Plains and the Hills, they're lighter because the events are spread out, and it's only an hour or 2 or 3 hours that the fighting or
Right.
whatever happened. So there's more. It's a lot more looser, and there's more comedy in it than the first one here. I mean, it's like it's a scene right here. It's actually in a battle, on Beaches Island, and they're under attack. And Dennis, he's one of the two characters. The other one, George, he's dang a blasted scorpion, and he jumped to his feet, brushing out his shirt, and then pitching forward with an arrow in his shoulder. And his friend runs over and, "You okay?" And it's just the shoulder. And his friend goes and George says, "You just have to be the center of attention, don't you, Dennis?" "Well, you know me, Captain, things are getting downright dull around here. This is in the middle of an attack. And where you took an arrow because of a scorpion, it was a dang big one." So,
No,
and
thank you.
it's, but it's, in battle, sometimes you keep your courage up and your friends up.
Yeah.
You got to joke when you got the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
opportunity.
you got to take
And
the
so
focus off the
There's-
horror of.
Yeah, there's more comedy in here, and the Blood on the Plains introduces Lieutenant Nichols, and he becomes, in the third book, one I'm finishing now, he becomes the main character.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the fourth book I've already started, which is going to go back to the 1760, 63. A character, Anchester's a character in the first book. But
Now
have
these-
you ever heard of the Pontiac Wars?
I have, yes.
Yeah. So that's what the fourth book is going to cover. And a lot of